Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about a whole lot of people today. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this mess. So, Miss Quad, she got it. She got it. Or at least she had it. Because from the looks of it, Quad may not be returning to Married to Medicine season 10. All right, so this is according to the Peach Report. Someone said to Quad, I don't appreciate you not being on Married to Medicine. You one of my faves. And then she responded back to this person and said, I'm sorry, sis. How can I make it up? So a lot of people are assuming that Quad will not be returning to Married to Medicine, at least for season 10. I think it will be safe to say that she may not be returning. We've seen pictures here and there of everyone are the ones who have a peach, not necessarily the friends of the show, but we've seen Phaedra in pictures, Dr. Simone, Toya, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Heavenly. I even saw a new girl. So, and I haven't seen Quad anywhere. So, I would say it's safe to say that Quad is not returning for season 10. I do want to say this, though. And I think that we're going to have to just be honest and just call it for what it is. I know everybody don't like everybody. I know there are a lot of people out there that don't like Quad, and that's completely fine. But I think where I have to call BS is when I see people in the comment sections on on Twitter going up for the return of Dr. G, are wanting Dr. G and his new fiance in replace of Quad. Dr. G was not that prominent on Married to Medicine to the point that you would want him back over Quad. Okay? You're not going to get me to believe it. You can dislike Quad all day long, but you're not wanting Dr. G back over Quad. Okay? You're not. We can say a lot of things about Quad and her 15,000 voices. But Quad was once a fan favorite on Married to Medicine. Quad has iconic moments on Married to Medicine. Quad has been there since the very beginning of Married to Medicine. I think the frustrating part about this is when people try and act like Quad hasn't contributed anything to Married to Medicine. Dr. G is not a Peter from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Peter is entertaining, okay? Dr. G not so much. And that's not a dig at Dr. G, okay? I'm just saying, y'all not gonna get me to believe that y'all would rather have Dr. G over Quad. No way. No way, Jose. Girl, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. And another thing I want to say is this. I get that the show is called Married to Medicine. You can't sit here and say that Quad should no longer be able to participate on the show because she's not married to Medicine. But at one point you wanted Nene, who wasn't married, to still be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all still want Nene to come back to Real Housewives of Atlanta to this day, and she's not a housewife. She's not married. Quad is just kept. The truth of the matter is none of them are really technically housewives, but probably a handful. The only one that really started out as a real true housewife was Portia. Phaedra's not married to medicine. She's not married to a doctor. She's not a doctor. And don't get in the comments talking about she got some type of doctor something that had to do. Girl, that's like saying because you took an accounting class, girl, all of a sudden you can call yourself an accountant. Girl, I took a couple of chemistry classes because I had to in a couple of biology classes. Now all of a sudden, girl, I'm a scientist. Girl, stop. So all I'm saying is, girl, I get it. I think at this point in the game, we have to stop being so caught up on titles of TV shows because quiet as it's kept, if that's the case, none of these folks would be on any of these TV shows. Because none of these women are real housewives, quiet as it's kept. Okay? None of these women are basketball wives. Okay? None of these women and men should be on Love and Hip Hop. Girl, the last song we had from Scrappy, girl, hello? The last song we had from Rashida was, and with my bubble gum, take to your mama house. Take your I'm a shit, and I rap like Shawty Low. Shout out to K. Michelle. But I'm just saying, girl, like, I just think that you can dislike who you want to dislike, but stop trying to discredit the person as if they haven't contributed nothing to, like, the show. Again, because I think that, I don't know any other way to say this. People who think like that, I would have to just say that either you're lying, you're not living in reality, because Quad did a lot for Married to Medicine. And we're going to have to call a thing a thing. I love Dr. Simone. Love Dr. Simone. Okay? Y'all know I go for Jackie with her bougie self. Toya, she all right. You know what I'm saying? I go up for Dr. Heavenly. That's not enough for that show to survive. Dr. Heavenly cannot carry that show by herself. Dr. Heavenly said out of her own mouth when all that mess was going on with Quad, and girl, Quad was starting to feel herself, because at one point Quad was feeling herself. I remember Dr. Heavenly saying on her YouTube channel that she went to the producers and told them, y'all gonna have to go get Quad, because I can't do this by myself. That's what Heavenly said. So Heavenly even knows. Simone only can do so much, yelling and cursing. Jackie is just there because Jackie kind of like, you know. Toya can only do so much. The two that are going to really bring it really is Dr. Heavenly and Quad. Hopefully Toya will step up to the plate and really get it popping. Because it's only so much Dr. Heavenly and Toya we can see. I don't think this show is going to ever reach its full potential until they can get that casting right. Y'all will never hit 1 million viewers. This is what they need to do with that casting. And I know that it's a long shot in hell. But this is what they need to do. They need to bring Mariah back. They need to bring Quad back. They need to keep Dr. Heavenly, keep Toya, Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie, bring Contessa back. Shout out to Dr. Contessa. Okay? And then probably add a friend or two. That is a cast. That would be an epic season. You could keep that cast around. If they brought that cast back for season 11, and I know they're not, but if they brought that cast back for season 11, you could work with that cast for at least 3 to 4 seasons. It's so much old shit that will be brought up. Can you imagine Quad and Mariah? Girl, Heavenly and Mariah. You know what I'm saying? Contessa and Heavenly. You know what I'm saying? Toya and Quad. Toya and Heavenly. You know, like it would. I just think it would be great TV. And the French and they already know each other. So it's not like it's a group of people who are trying to get to know each other. They already know each other. We're just kind of picking up on where we left off on season whatever when Mariah left. But yeah, shout out to Quad. Hopefully, she pops in and then she comes back for season 11. I just think that it's I don't I will say this. There were rumors swirling around about Quad. I guess trying to make sure that her contract was right. Me personally, I didn't think that anything was wrong with that because, again, we're not going to sit here and act like they were not trying to bring Dr. G back in hopes, Dr. G and his fiance. Because if Dr. G, and this is not me trying to drag Dr. G, but if Dr. G was that important to the show, then he wouldn't have needed a fiance to come back onto the show. But the reason why they brought him back on the show is because now he has his fiance that's now his wife, from what I understand. They got married the other day. And now your ex-wife is still on the show. And we know that things didn't really end, as far as on the show, they didn't end very well. So, yeah, I understand why Quad probably wanted more money. I hope she didn't, girl, I hope she wasn't trying to pull no Lisa Rinna. You know what I'm saying? And that's why she got the boot. Girl, but, I like Quad. Again, hopefully Quad can come back. Hopefully, she's back this season and we just really haven't been seeing her. She's been laying low. You better lay low. Anyways, but yeah, we like Quad. All right. Whoop, there it is. Black professionals reportedly filing lawsuit to stop release of Freaknik documentary. This is according to blackenterprise.com. So Hulu has a documentary coming out about Freaknik that has our aunts, uncles, and parents expressing their concerns in the form of a lawsuit. Earlier this month, Hulu teased the upcoming documentary Freaknik, The Wildest Party Never Told, Variety reported. The documentary highlights the infamous Spring Break Festival that swept the 90s and had many in a chokehold. Taking place in Atlanta, Georgia each year, swarms of people, primarily students from HBCUs, will flock to the city to turn up Uncle Luke's style up until the festival ended in 1999. Now, the new generation will get a chance to see what exactly went down and led to Freaknik's demise when Hulu releases a documentary which was executive produced by Luther Uncle Luke Campbell himself. But everyone is not on board with the documentary's release. A group of black women professionals, one politician, 3 high-level corporate executives, and 1 judge have lawyered up and are threatening to sue Hulu in hopes of stopping the documentary's release, News One reports. One woman, a married mother of 3 who makes over $1 million annually, believes the documentary shows her in an unflattering light, and there are already videos circulating online she doesn't want her children to see. The Ricky Smiley Morning Show discussed the possible lawsuit and thinks the debate of fair use could come into play about Freaknik footage that is over 25 years old. Some who attended Freaknik have taken to social media to express their concern about the documentary's release. One woman posted a TikTok that went viral on Twitter, with one person claiming that all Freaknik aunties are scared. Girl, what's going on? Okay. Others recalled Officer Thaddeus Lloyd, who was suspended with pay in 2012 after a graphic throwback photo of his behavior at the 91 Freaknik surfaced online, Daily Mail reported. The new documentary is slated for a mid-April 2024 release, which will mark the 30th anniversary of the famed 1994 Freaknik celebration. Let me read some of the comments to y'all, because I initially first saw this on the Jasmine brand. So let's read some of the comments. I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna make some coffee after this. I'm a little sleepy. Girl, I only got like a few hours of sleep. Girl, it's a long story. Um, okay. So someone wrote y'all about 20 years late and wasn't no NDA signed. Premiere it. That's what some woman said. A black woman. A black man wrote, "Own it and move on. We were all young once." Someone else wrote, a black man, "Hey, hey, hey, now what we say about trying to ban history." Someone else wrote, a black woman, "Do you think they will lose their job if this comes out? Like, would they be able to recognize them now? Everyone looks so different now, I'm sure." Girl, that's not necessarily true. A lot of us, while we look older, you could still recognize us from high school. If you saw a picture of me from high school, you will say, "Oh, girl, that's Rodney." If you saw a picture from me from when I was in my 20s, girl, even though I look older now, you will still say, "Girl, that's Rodney." Girl, we feeling out. We getting a little thick. You know what I'm saying? We aging. But girl, you know who was who. Okay? The only ones who won't be able to do it. If you look now, if you Khloe Kardashian and you done got five, girl, 6 nose jobs, 7 chins, girl, fillers, girl, 7 eyebrow lifts, girl, change your color, your eye color 17 times, then yeah, we ain't gonna know who you is. But everybody ain't walking around here with, girl, 3 nose jobs, girl, a set of new teeth, and all that stuff. I'm just saying. Who wants to watch this anyway? Freaknik to me was one of those you had to be there moments. That's actually a good comment. I want to watch it though. And then Nikki Gilbert put, I hope they are successful. This is what I have to say. This is why I be telling y'all about cameras. You got to be careful about cameras because you never know who be recording. You never know what you be doing, child. Um, I think that from what I have seen, there have been more women who, I don't think I've seen men really come out and say, "I'm nervous, I'm scared." I really have only seen women talking about, "Girl, I hope that they don't show me. I hope I ain't on the thing." Like, you haven't really heard men come out being nervous about how they may be portrayed, what they may see, what may have, what may, be, what's going to happen, what they're going to show in this documentary. It's only the women because I think the women have a grasp on reality and they know that if this shows them in a certain light, that it could damage them. And in a way, I do think it's a bit unfair because we know what's going to happen. That's why the women are so nervous. Rightfully so. What I want to know, this is what I want to know. I want to know how many of y'all daddies and granddaddies and uncles and brothers and nephews are out there at Freaknik taking advantage of these women. That's what I want to know. I want to know how many women out there, and I don't want to trigger anyone. I want to know how many women out there that have not told their story about the time that they were taken advantage of at Freaknik. Because I'm sure there are tons and tons of women out there who have a story and have probably been quiet for 30 years. But again, you don't see the men online nervous. It's only the women, because the women know that if they show me on a car, pussy popping on a handstand. Or if they show me walking behind the building with two niggas, then I know what will be the consequence. Embarrassment. My husband may leave me. My children may disown me. I could possibly lose my good paying job because of what I was doing, who I may have been in my 20s. Okay? Because the truth of the matter is, bitch, we done all did a lot of whole shit. At least I know I have. But bitch, I don't live there no more. Okay? That's why you gotta be careful with these cameras, and that's why I be telling y'all, girl, when the cameras come out, baby, I get the ducking and dodging. When the cameras come out, honey, the lights is going out, and I am walking out of the building. It's time to go. Girl, y'all doing too much. Don't bring no cameras out around me. And I don't even be doing nothing. I don't even be doing nothing. But I just don't like the fact that I don't know if I'm being recorded or not. You know what I'm saying? So if I see a camera up, I don't know what you're doing. Girl, it's time to go. If anything, I'm probably wearing somebody out. You probably just looking at the cam. Girl, got the phone all in my face. Girl. And you probably taking a picture of somebody behind me, but I'm just talking about, yeah, look at that old slew footage, bitch. I can't stand that nigga. That's why I can't stand that punk. Girl, I ain't never liked that punk. Yes, girl. I met him like a couple of years ago. Girl, they recording the video of somebody, and you all in the video just wearing somebody low. Oh, gutter snipe, loose, slew foot, loose booty, bitch. I can't stand them, girl. You know you're a hoe. Girl, who the fuck half these niggas in here? Just talking shit. Now I gotta fight. Cause you done posted the video to hear me talking about somebody. Anyways, but shout out to the women. You know, I'm all down. If the documentary doesn't come out, it doesn't come out. I'm all down for these women trying to protect what they have worked for, what they have earned, and making sure that their reputation stays intact. We have said this plenty of times on my channel. At the end of the day, okay, when you wake up in the morning, all you have is your name. I hate to sound like anime. Girl. I hate to sound like anime in court. But girl, in real life, I remember I had a black manager. He was a man. He was cool. He was straight. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I just wanted to just let y'all know he was straight. He was a straight black guy. Real nice, real cool. And I remember him telling me, this is when I worked at Zara. He was the manager of the men's department. And I remember one day we were just having a conversation, and he was telling me that, like, that's where I really got that from. That at the end of the day, you know, all he has is his name. And you have to make sure that, you know, especially in business, that you're doing the right thing, and that, you know, when people speak of you, they speak highly of you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's so true. Like, nobody wants to walk around here and you've worked so hard to get where you are, and because of how you were partying in your 20s, maybe even your 30s, now you're in your 40s and 50s, girl, and some shit that, girl, you know what I'm saying, girl, even if you still remember, it's kind of like, girl, why aren't y'all bringing up something I did at 25? Girl, I'm a whole lawyer now. Girl, and I might be a hoe on the weekend with my man, but I'm not a hoe with these niggas no more. Shout out to all the girls. Yeah. Shout out to all the girls. Who else? Girl, it's this thing. Girl, it's a couple of dudes that I be wanting to knock down. And it gets back on and knocks you down. And knocks you down, knocks you down. There's a couple of them I want to knock down, okay? Yes, ma'am. Who we talking about next, y'all? All right. So Meg Thee Stallion opens up about, hold up. Okay. Meg Thee Stallion opens up about Tory Lanez guilty verdict. Despite being depressed over being called a liar and publicly humiliated, his guilty verdict is a victory for every woman who has been shamed, dismissed, and blamed. When I tell you Meg Thee Stallion looks absolutely amazing. Well, I need her workout routine. Neighbors. This is according to the Neighborhood Talk. Meg Thee Stallion is back from her hiatus and has taken the internet by storm. During an interview with Elle magazine, the rap star opened up and reflected on the last 3 years of her life, and she's happy to call herself a survivor. I don't want to call myself a victim as I reflect on the past 3 years. I view myself as a survivor because I have truly survived the unimaginable, she explained. Meg says while being shot was difficult to overcome, being publicly humiliated was difficult to deal with as well. Not only did I survive being shot by someone I trusted and considered a close friend, but I overcame the public humiliation of having my name and reputation dragged through the mud by that individual for the entire world to see. It's no secret that Tory Lanez was found guilty. Meg was very vocal online and even joked about the shooting incident in his music. Wait. And even joked about the shooting incident in his music and tweets. For years, my attacker laughed and joked about my trauma. For years, my attacker peddled false narratives about what happened on the night of July the 12th, 2020. For years, my attacker tried to leverage social media to take away my power. Imagine how it feels to be called a liar every day, especially from a person was once part of your inner circle. Meg says despite many thinking she was healed because she began performing shortly after the attack, she says that she was depressed, now ready to move on from the drama that almost broke her spirit. Meg says she feels vindicated. When the guilty verdict came on December the 23rd, 2022, it was more than just vindication for me. It was a victory for every woman who has ever been shamed, dismissed, and blamed for a violent crime committed against them. I'm so, I am so happy for Meg Thee Stallion. And I know some of y'all gonna get in the comment section talking about, oh, she lied about sleeping with him. Girl, you would have lied too, girl. That don't have nothing to do with nothing, girl. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. That just, let me say, no, I'm gonna talk plain to me, Sheldon. Okay, I'm gonna talk plain to y'all. Just because somebody says that they didn't sleep with somebody, that does not mean that that person has not been harmed. Girl, what ain't really got nothing to do with the other one? But anyways, I'm happy for Meg. She's back. She really does. I mean, you never know because a lot of us walk out into the world. Excuse me. A lot of us walk out into the world and we put on these, these masks and, force these smiles. And the girls be going through it. So, yeah, I figured that with everything that was happening, she was probably just kind of like faking it until she made it. Fake it till you make it. So I'm not surprised to hear that she was depressed. I'm hoping now because she does look really, really happy. But I'm hoping now that she genuinely is happy. I need some water. Ooh, oh baby, I didn't know what was going on over here. But yeah, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion. All right, let's move on. Ooh, okay, so let's move on. What else are we gonna talk about? Oh, I think this is so absolutely disgusting. We'll talk about that in another video because I could feel myself already getting worked up. Exclusive. Eva Marcille's estranged husband, Michael Sterling, speaks out after hiring a divorce lawyer despite recent vow to fight for his marriage. Says his attention and priority remains on his family. Michael Sterling has hired a divorce attorney, but that doesn't mean he's given up hope that his marriage can be saved. In a statement shared exclusively with the Jasmine brand, attorney Crystal Holmes, who is now, is that Crystal from? Is that Crystal from that show? Oh, I'm thinking about somebody else. Who is now representing Michael Sterling in his divorce proceedings, clarified that her client is still thinking about what's best for his family. Michael Sterling's focus, attention, and priority remains his family and saving his marriage to his wife, Eva Sterling. As an experienced lawyer, however, Michael understands the legal requirement that he is obligated to respond to the divorce petition in a court of law. Michael has retained me to manage his legal obligations with the court while he focuses on his marriage and his 3 children. Um, okay, I was thinking about something. We ask that you respect the parties' privacy as they deal with the sensitive family matter. As previously reported, model actress Eva filed, y'all already know she filed for divorce, child. Eva reportedly wants primary custody and child support for Michael. In addition, the Bravo alum asks that Michael be ordered to contribute to the care and maintenance of their children, including medical bills. The all of the Queen's Men's actress released a statement about the split and said, we already talked about that too. I don't know what's going on. I hope Michael, I hope Michael ain't cheated on Eva. You know, people cheat every day. And people ain't gonna stop cheating. We don't know why Eva has filed for divorce. We don't know. I feel like Michael could not keep his dick in his pants. I really feel that way. Just my feelings could be wrong. Hopefully they are. Um, we really don't know these people. I always thought from what I saw from Michael, which was not really a lot on TV, he did come across as like a nice, kind, genuine person. And just the simple fact that he also adopted Eva's daughter, I thought was like, oh my God, like, girl, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we don't know. We don't know. Hopefully, everybody is okay. That's all I can say, child. When love comes around and it knocks you down. I don't want to talk about it. I'm tired of talking about Marcus Houston. I am. We'll talk about him in another video because I think I'm sick and tired of talking about. I don't want to talk about him right now. Not right now. Not right now. All right, y'all. I think that's it for this video. Yeah, I think this is going to be it for this video. I think this was long enough. But we definitely will be back to talk about Marcus, Latasha Scott. There's another couple, I cannot say their name. And also this black man who acted a fool on a plane over a baby. We'll talk about that too. All right. Bye, y'all.